All right, let's dive in. Today, we're exploring a program in Jordan that's doing something pretty remarkable. It's turning regular classrooms into these buzzing global communities. It's called the E20 Initiative. And, it's really making us rethink what education can even look like in this digital age. So, let's start with a question. Think about it. How can a single classroom, four walls and a bunch of desks, become a window to the entire world? It sounds kind of like science fiction, right? But believe it or not, that's exactly what's happening in Jordan as we speak. The answer? It's a program called e-twinning. So let's get into what this thing actually is and how it's pulling off such a massive shift in the country's schools. Okay, so at its heart, e-twinning is like a digital bridge. It's this safe online space where a teacher in, say, Amman can link up with a teacher in Rome, or honestly, even just in the next town over. And from there, their students get to work together on projects. This just blows the old model of learning by yourself out of the water. And listen, this isn't just some small side project. No way. This thing has some serious weight behind it. In Jordan, we're talking about the Ministry of Education leading the charge, with supervision from the Madrasati Initiative. Plus, it's even plugged into the European Union's huge Erasmus Plus program. So when you put all that together, yeah, it gives the whole thing a ton of structure and credibility. Okay, so that's the big picture. But you're probably wondering, what does this actually look like day to day in a school? How do teachers and students really use it? Let's break down the nuts and bolts. It all boils down to three main pillars. First up is the partnership. A teacher in Jordan connects with another teacher, and they cook up a project idea that actually fits what they're already teaching. Second, there's the digital platform. This gives them a secure online clubhouse called TwinSpace, where their students can work together. And third, and this is the really clever part, is the integration. And here's why that integration is such a game changer. It's not extra work. It's just a totally new, more interactive way to teach the subjects they already have to teach. So instead of just reading about, say, weather patterns from a dry textbook, imagine your class collaborating on a project with students living in a totally different climate. Now, that's a lesson that's going to stick, right? So we've got the what and the how covered, but now let's get to the most important question. Why? What's in it for the people who matter most here? The teachers and the students. Well, the benefits are huge, and it's a real win-win situation. For teachers, it's an incredible professional development opportunity. I mean, they're swapping ideas with colleagues from around the world, they can win awards. It really ups their game. And for the students, the impact is instant. They're doing so much more than just memorizing facts. They're sharpening their language skills, getting a real feel for other cultures, and learning essential skills for the modern world, like how to work together as a team from a distance. And this isn't just about individual wins. The whole point, really, is to turn the school itself into what they call a smart learning environment. So what does that mean? It means creating a school culture that's not just about teaching stuff, it's about keeping up with what's happening globally. And the result? You get students who are way more motivated and way more engaged in their own learning. But this global connection isn't a one-way street. The impact of e-twinning goes way beyond just the classroom. It's actually a pretty big deal for cultural diplomacy, because it basically turns every single person involved into an ambassador for their own culture. Think about that for a second. It's such a powerful concept, and it's right at the heart of the program's mission in Jordan. With every project, every teacher, and every student gets this incredible opportunity to represent their heritage, to share their own story with the world in a way that's super personal and direct. And we're not just talking about surface-level stuff. They're sharing the real fabric of their identity. We're talking Jordanian history, national values, cool things happening in their local communities. The platform gives them all the tools they need to become modern-day storytellers, to share their culture in a creative way that really connects with other kids, even if they're thousands of miles apart. So when you look at Jordan's e-twinning initiative, you realize it's so much more than just a piece of technology. It's a whole new way of thinking about education. And it leaves you with this really big question to chew on. What if every single classroom in the world wasn't an island, but a bridge connecting two different cultures? Just imagine what kind of world that would create.